everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mommy and
Me, promoting a healthy, open communication parent-child relationship, encouraging hard talks, finding a balance and a safe place at home, and forming a stronger bond that will last a lifetime for generations to come.
So let's get started. I hope you guys have been enjoying what you've been seeing so far. We're getting a lot of feedback, positive feedback, and a lot of questions. So keep those questions coming because it is Mommy and Me, but we want to help again create that stronger bond between the parent and the child. And that can be encouraged by you. So what do you have for me today in the bucket?
All right, you ready?
Yes. Oh, man. Do I want to know? Do I have it right? Da-da-da-da-da.
Next topic.
Next topic. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's see.
Read it
Okay.
and give it to me.
All right.
Read the quotations.
Really? Okay, all right. What a great question. Sex before marriage. Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Well, excuse me. First question. How do you feel about sex before marriage?
Well, it's obvious if you do the math. Did I have sex before marriage? Yes, I did. Based off of my belief and my faith, yes, I do believe that we should keep ourselves for our spouses. One reason being, outside of course, my belief in God, is I do know if you having too many partners prior to marriage, it kind of can either set that bar way high or way low, which could ultimately make it harder for whoever your spouse could potentially be, whether it's the male or female. By having multiple partners, of course, it goes into a whole nother gamut of, that's not even including, of course, STDs and all of that stuff. That's not even touching that stuff. It just opens you up to that. It's setting that bar and not having that one something that is special for that person that you are choosing to have as your life mate, your partner for the rest of your time while we are here. I think that's what makes those bonds that much stronger when those are created with the person that you're saying, this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Do I believe that you should actually date? Yeah, actually, I do believe you should date. I also do know the connection when you do have that exchange with the person, because there is a certain thing as, there's lust ties, but there's also soul ties. So I understand the bonds that are created when you do have intercourse prior to marriage. And that's why some marriages are rocky now because of other relationships and things that occurred during those prior relationships before the person that they got with and they said this is who they want to be with for the rest of their life. Yeah.
Okay.
So sex before marriage, biblically, no, we should wait. But if that is something that you choose to do prior to marriage, know that that is a big responsibility. It is more than sex. Even though we say sex, it is really more than just the act of intercourse. It's so much more that goes into that. It affects your mind, your body, and your soul. I've witnessed that definitely. And depending on how strong you are mentally, it could mess you up or make your other relationships strained as you mature and grow and have other relationships. That's what I believe.
Okay.
What other question?
How'd you feel about me losing my virginity?
I wanted you to wait till you got married. Yes, I did, because of understanding what I just said, knowing the soul ties and that being something special, and it being one of the most precious gifts that you could give to your mate is to have that exchange that is only experienced with them. So, but I am glad that you told me so that we could take the proper steps and that you could get the education that you needed, that I believe, so that you could, when you made the decision, you could make it having as much information as you possibly could. So I'm again glad that you felt that you could trust me enough for us to take the steps that we needed, because let's be honest, if you really wanted to do it, you was going to do it without me. So I'm glad you did choose to share that with me.
What were your thoughts?
Damn. Darn it. But it made sense, you know. I know this is not an R-rated episode, but I mean, I know your parents, so it kind of was inevitable.
Okay. How do you? Well, I guess the same thing. It's like repeating the same thing. How do you feel about sex out of wedlock? The same thing. Do you wish I would have come to you prior to it already happening than telling you, hey, this happened?
Yes, I wish you had told me prior, again, so we could have been even more so better prepared. But I do understand that is most of the time not the case, because of how society and how society is. That's why we are doing what we're doing, to have a safe place so that people can begin to have more of these conversations sooner than later. I would rather you have the conversation and not need the information than you not have it and then you're faced with something and don't know how to respond to it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, how did you feel when you knew that, one, that was something that you felt that you were old enough, you know, because sometimes we know that our bodies are just talking, but being mentally ready to actually take that step. How was that for you?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was like a bunch of emotions going on.
How did you feel sharing that with me?
Silly.
You felt silly? Why silly?
Because I'm silly. I'm pretty sure I was snickering when I told you.
As she's doing right now, right? So if you had a kid, you had a child, what would your thoughts be? Matter of fact, how we put it this way. You have, your two siblings are younger than you, but you even have one that even in the background, she be listening. So because she be listening, what is it that you would share with her or to another younger person, another sibling, when it comes to that? Because we know that ain't, better not be nowhere near. How would you help another young person?
Just definitely knowing sex education. Not necessarily because somebody's trying to stop you, but because you could be doing something wrong, incorrectly, which could hurt you and your organs and your body, not knowing what you're doing. Protecting yourselves from potential STDs.
Yes.
And all of that. Even knowing, like, what do you like, what do you don't like.
Yeah.
Just sex ed is very important for yourself, just so you know what's going on or what should be going on and what should not be going on. I think sex ed and consent is the most important things before making that decision. Yeah. Being able to say no, and then not putting yourself in situations where you don't think that someone assumes that it's okay. And it's not. Yeah. I think those are the most important things, is not being in that position. I would think that you wouldn't be that close to someone that you don't trust, where they wouldn't be able to stop. But yes, definitely sex ed and consent are the most important things when it comes to making those decisions.
Because it definitely does change your life to make that decision. It's life changing. You can never go back when that happens. And again, protection. Get the education and the counseling that you need. I do hope that you guys are okay to have those conversations. If it's not with a parent, it's definitely with another mature adult, someone that can help you get the tools and the materials that you need to make the right and the proper decision. Again, it should not be something that is forced, because you do have a right. You do have a right to say no. You can use the word no. That word is okay. But that was a pretty good question. Yeah.
Did you tell Grandma?
Oh man, let me see. Did I tell her? I honestly don't remember having that talk with her. No, during that time. Oh man. I think when she found out, at the time that she found out, I probably was actually already active, and it was when I felt that I needed birth control, when she got involved. Yeah. But my initial to tell her, no, during those times with the way our lives were, which was very unique. That's another episode for another day. But that was definitely not our environment where I would have had the Brady mom talk and to share and have that conversation with her. So even thinking about that, I don't know that was ever my thought, because that's not how our lives were. That's not how our environment was at that time. So yeah, before it actually takes me to another place, because yeah.
Did your sisters tell you about them? Or you don't remember?
Only, actually, I believe 2 of your aunts had conversations with me, with them being younger. Two of my younger siblings had conversations with me, or I definitely knew what was taking place prior to them. Yeah. I think I've pretty much been that sister that was okay to have certain conversations with. Not that I'm the cool sister, but I'm kind of like the cool sister, even though, yeah, I'm a little tough, but I'm still a cool sister. So.
Did you feel like you should go tell Grandma?
No, mine was more so of protection, and I wanted to make sure that they were doing what they needed to do and to be safe. No, I'm pretty sure. Well, we can check. We could check with your aunt once she get here to see if she felt that, what her thoughts were. I don't believe so, though. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. If you guys have any questions and concerns, or wanted to just chime in regarding this topic, sex before marriage was this episode. We would love to hear from you. Again, we thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Mommy and
Me.
Yes, where we want to again create stronger bonds between the parent and the child, because it is about that. That is what is needed. And we just thank you. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Hit the notification button. Again, you can find and follow me even on my own YouTube channel, Shawana Kennedy, as well as Shawana K Says on Instagram. Yes, how can they find you?
Shania Lewis or Shania Teray on Instagram.
Thank you. Don't forget to send us subjects that you would like us to talk about, because it is about not only us, but it's about you creating stronger bonds. We will see you next time on Mommy and
Me.
Bye, guys.